Hey guys, thanks for dropping by for another Ask Ping. We got a couple good questions tonight, so let's get at it. First one comes from Marcus. He says, hey Ping, loving the content here at Whiskey Throttle Media. I can't decide which new bike to purchase this year. I'm stuck between two. Will you be testing the new KTM 250F? I really value your opinion on these bike tests. Your feedback has always been spot on and matches what my impressions are as well. Thanks for the work you're doing, Marcus. Thanks, Marcus. Appreciate you following my testing over the years and swinging back by to see what we're doing here. Appreciate it. The truth is, and this is kind of a weird deal, I don't know if I'll be testing any KTMs. They stopped inviting me to their stuff a while ago, and we've had a little bit of a history going back to 2002, if you can believe that. Talk about holding a grudge. I had a trip over there, all the team riders went for some event, and I wrote a column that was just tongue-in-cheek, poking fun at typical European stuff, cigarette smoke and all the diesel exhaust and warm milk and small hotel rooms and yada, 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 BO, just standard stuff about Europe. And the KTM folks saw it, called Kurt Nickel, who was our team manager, and said, you need to fire him. So that weekend, I happened to go out and win Anaheim 2 in 2002. And so they're like, well, okay, don't fire him, but he's definitely done after Supercross. So fast forward to years later, I'm with another publication and done racing now, and I'd start doing shootouts. And this was pre-DeCoster, pre-Dungy. The KTMs were not that great. And they were finishing last in all of our shootouts year after year after year. And their guy over there was getting so mad that their bikes are finishing last. And I'm like, well, it's just feedback from the guys. Like, you could ask them yourselves. Like, your bike's just coming in last. I don't know what to tell you. So they made so much of a stink about it, we stopped doing shootouts. And so I just think there's a little bit of like tension or resentment or something from that. It's strange. I've always been fair with their bikes, and I kind of made fun. I said, hey, you complained so much you got us to stop doing shootouts, and then a couple years later, your bike's now winning everything. You guys would be winning all the shootouts if you hadn't made so much noise back when your bike sucked. And anyway, it's just been a weird deal. So if they invite me, I'll come out. I'm happy to ride their stuff. If not, there's plenty of Japanese models and Italian bikes. There's a lot of bikes out there to build projects out of and test and have fun with. So, I mean, it's really, the ball's in their court, to be honest with you. Hope I can help you out and give you some good feedback on that stuff, but I just don't know. Time will tell. So anyway, thanks, Marcus. I appreciate the question. Hope that helps. And if I can help you with that other bike you're considering, let me know. You didn't mention what it was, so just, maybe shoot me a message, an email, or direct message on Instagram or whatever. You can email admin@whiskeythrottlemedia.com. You can always reach me there. Next one is from JB. It says, Ping, I saw your interview with Eli and Chase together. Wow, what a fascinating listen. Kudos for getting the interview we all wanted to hear. I'm wondering what other guests you'd like to sit down with that you haven't been able to. Anybody that won't come on or that you haven't been able to reach? Keep up the great work, JB. Well, first of all, thank you. I thought it was really classy that those two sat down and had that conversation with me. And when I kind of told them what I wanted to do, they both went together. Like, they were kind of, I think it kind of shocked them that I wanted them to sit together. I'm like, yeah, you guys okay? I mean, like, is there a problem? No, so it went great. I really just wanted to get their reaction to racing so hard, so close all summer, and so clean. Those guys never so much as touched each other. So just a fascinating summer, and it was interesting to hear that. And there are some people that I'd like to get that I either will never be able to or are on my wish list, and kind of maybe not. I mean, obviously the guys who I will never get are Joel Robert, Mike Bell, and Danny Magoo Chandler, and Malcolm Smith. We were close with Malcolm Smith, but his physical condition just got to a point that they just didn't want to do it. And the other guys have obviously passed on, and it's just tragic. And it's such a bummer that I won't be able to, hear their stories. Guys who I think I can get, but it's going to take some help, maybe a stroke of luck. would be, this is kind of a wish list for me, JMB, Graham Noyce, who I think if I can get over to the motocross, the Vet Motocross of the Nations next year, maybe I can pull that one off. Maybe Thorpe and Noyce and some of those, you know, British legends. Valentino Rossi would be another big wish list guy for me. I don't know if he wants to carve out 4 hours of his day if he ever comes over here. Would be tough. Stefan Everts, well, we mentioned Malcolm Smith, James Stewart. Love to have James on. I think it'd be amazing to hear him walk through his career. But with his own show, I just don't know that he would do it. I've asked him multiple times. I've reached out on Instagram. I don't get a response. So here's what it is. Sean Palmer, he's actually a buddy of mine, and I bugged him for a long time to come on, and he kind of snipped at me and said, just quit asking. If I want to come on, I'll tell you. And I'm like, all right. So maybe someday, maybe not. Jason Lawrence, he and I did talk about him coming on. He actually does watch the show. He said, I'm not saying no. He goes, but just not right now. Let me think about it. And that was kind of where we left it. So we'll see. And then the other guy's Mark Barnett. I don't know that that'll ever happen either. He's doesn't like to do a lot of media anywhere or anything. So a little reclusive. So it's too bad. Another guy I would love to have on. And then there are guys that I have spoken to. I think they will come on. It's just a matter of timing and making it work out. And that's Dogger, Wardy. I actually just talked to Wardy last week about coming on, and we're going to plan that for this winter sometime, I think. Show. I got to get Johnny O on here. And I've spoken with him about it. Bob Hanna, I've spoken with him about coming on. They're all into it. Howerton, McGrath. I mean, there's still some really heavy hitters that we haven't had on the show yet. And, yeah, I'm excited. Those will be great shows. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens. And if anybody out there knows some of these guys that are maybes that could help pull strings, boy, I'll do whatever it takes. You know, I'd love to have them on and tell their story. So anyway, yeah, there's lots of little interviews and things that I'd like to do, but between time and just timing, it can be tough at times. So anyway, I appreciate the letter, and thank you for watching. Thanks for supporting what we're doing. I really appreciate it. I do want to give a shout out to one of our new sponsors that came on, True Classics. These tees, and they make hats, are so comfortable. And there's like a name for this type of cotton, the way they spin it or something. I don't know what the heck. It's all technical jargon, but it's so soft and so comfortable, super, super thin. And maybe your guy likes like the thicker, boxier shirts. I like them really, you know, thin and light like this. And these guys have been super cool. We're trying to go to maybe using these blanks for all of our tees, or at least a big portion of our Whiskey Throttle Media merchandise stuff. Same with the hats, just really, really quality products. So if you like blank tees, or you're having merchandise made, I would really check these guys out. Awesome stuff. And if you go over there and buy, you can get 20% off using our code Whiskey Throttle. So we're stoked to have them join our fray, and man, support them because they make great products. And again, we try this stuff before we sign anything. We do not sign up with crappy companies. I promise you. That's our kind of our guarantee. So check them out. True Classic. You can find them on Instagram or just go onto their website. Really, really cool stuff. Thank you guys for sending in your letters. As always, drop questions in the comments down below, or email us at admin@whiskeythrottlemedia.com, and we will answer your questions here. Thanks for stopping by. See you next week.